So in this video, I'm discussing the use of price embedded barcodes, and this is for our merchants in Europe here. So these are price embedded barcodes that, for all intents and purposes, the variable price barcode parser app on Clover will handle. However, these particular barcodes have an issue that need to be handled on a scale first, and I want to point that out. So let's take a look at this barcode here. So you have the zero at the very edge, right? So that gets ignored when you scan it, so that doesn't count. That digit, we can ignore. And then we have 2 followed by 3 zeros and a 1 3, right? So on Clover, the way to set this up, and in fact, let me just go ahead and do it, and you'll see in the process sort of the issue that I'm talking about here. So let me set that here, and let me just zoom in a little bit. All right, so here's our variable price barcode parser, and here we have it configured and it's ready for use. So I'm just gonna go straight to my inventory and show you the issue that we're gonna run into here. All right. So this particular label tells us that the product code needs to be 2 followed by 3 zeros and a 1 3, so 6 digits total, right? So I'm gonna first check if I have this. 2 1 2 3 1 3. All right, I don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and add an item. I'm going to make it variable. I can even call it Spenwood. All right, and then I'm gonna skip all that, and then the product code, I'm going to enter 2 followed by 3 zeros and a 1 3. All right, so 2 1 2 3 1 3. All right, hit save. So there's our Spenwood item, and here's our label here. Now I'm gonna click on this register and simply scan the barcode. And you can see that it gets picked up, and it shows 443. This other app that was popping up is an app that I can disable. In fact, why don't I go ahead and do that so that we don't have this thing popping up. Okay. All right. So here we are. We turned that off, and let me go ahead and get rid of this item and do this again. So here it is. I'm scanning this, and the Spenwood gets found, and it's 443, and it's 443. However, there's the issue. So this is the second label that I received from this merchant, and if you look at this label, it's the same item, right? But it's not going to be, we're not going to be able to scan it, or, well, we're going to be able to scan it, but we're not going to recognize it. And the reason why we're not recognizing it is because we need 6 digits on the barcode, the first 6 digits. And so again, we ignore the 0 because that's outside, that doesn't get scanned. And then the next 6 digits we're using for product code. And you see that that 3 is in there. And then if I go into the next item, there's a 6 in there. So your scale is producing a random digit number 6, and we need it to be not random. It still needs to be static. And if you get, like, for example, if you add another 0 between the two, that would solve the problem. But basically the solution is on formatting the label on the scale, because on Clover you're going to want to enter the first 6 digits of this label to identify the product code. And because you have the same label, same item, Spenwood, the 6 digits, the first 6 digits, they must be unique to that item. Without that condition, you wouldn't be able to use our app, the variable price barcode parser, because we're looking for 6 digits to be unique, and on the barcode that you're showing, there's only 5 digits that are unique.